All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the last day of the term. This is Friday, December 2nd. So we have finals next week. It's on Tuesday. You should look at the calendar to see what time that final is. And it's in our normal room, 1659. If you can't be there in person, communicate with me and I can work with you to do it somewhere else. We do have stations in the room. If you want to run AutoCAD in the room, you can do that. You don't have to bring your own PC, but you're more than welcome to bring your own PC. We'll have the same delivery system to where you're going to upload the exam, except for the written part that you will do in person. So I'll talk about that in a second. Before we do that, I want to talk about registration. Most of you are not registered yet. And if we go much longer, I'm going to say probably in 2 weeks, they're going to start to cancel classes. So that's really disappointing when they do that, because then you have to wait a year to take the class. So the courses that you should be enrolled in potentially are the second level of AutoCAD. This is a new class to us, ET116. Nobody's registered for that. So if it's that way in 2 weeks, she'll probably cancel it. The dean cancels it, not me. So we need people in there. It's advanced AutoCAD. Register or it goes away at some point. Sustainable engineering. This could be a second year course, but most of you could take it if you wanted to. It's ET210. It's a great class. And then statics, everybody should be in that. ET221, we only have 2 people registered for that, so that will not go with that many folks. And then GE101, we have 7 in there. So make sure you register. You don't have to pay when you register. You can just get your name in there so you get a seat, and so we keep the courses. I know enrollment's down across the board, across the state and across the country. So we're really struggling to keep programs going and to keep classes going for you. So we need you all to register up. All right. Let's talk about the final. I'm going to talk about both finals. I'm going to minimize myself because they're kind of similar. So if you're in GE115, I'll talk about that first. If you're in ET120, then maybe you can fast forward to the ET120 part, and there'll only be a few minutes on each of them. But what you can expect on Tuesday for the AutoCAD GE115 class is you will have a small short answer portion where I ask you questions about AutoCAD. That's what we focused on in that class. So I could ask you about layers. I could ask you about dimensioning. I could ask you about dimension style or paper space, model space stuff. And then you'll have to write a short answer. Okay. There could be some multiple choice. Choose the most correct answer. Then there also could be like a calculation problem. And usually that has to do with scale. Like I want to know that you have an understanding of scale. If I have a 40-foot long thing, what kind of scale do I need to get it down to a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper type of question, okay? Where you have to actually show me the calculation. And then obviously in this class, you'll do a AutoCAD drawing and submit it, okay? So that's it. That's GE115 for the final. That's it. That's what you're going to have in class. Or if you communicate with me, you can do it at home or out of class, as long as we're on the same pages when you're going to do it. And you can get your Zoom on with the video on so I can see that it's you doing it. So that's all. All right. So then ET120 is very similar. Short answer, possibly. Multiple choice, possibly. And then some kind of calculation, possible problem. So we did some trigonometry, so that could be here. This could also be scale like we talked about above here. We also covered things like Excel and Word and manual drawing, and we did some sketching. So you could have any of that in ET120. It will not be open-ended. You'll get it and then just have to produce it. Same with the AutoCAD. It won't be open-ended design problem. You'll just have given a drawing, I'll ask you to draw it up. Now, how you do it is up to you, and hopefully you follow the rules and the standards that we talked about, especially when it comes to dimensioning. So you might want to look those over, the do's and don'ts of dimensioning, you know, your view layout, front, top, side, what a section view is, all of those kind of things would be important for this class and this class too. Okay. That's it. Like, there's not a lot to go over. I could go over, you know, individual things we did, but we've kind of gone through it all. If you have any specific questions like Excel or Word, remember, this was primarily the equation writer. I mean, that's what we want to focus on there. I'm not going to have you write a paper. You know, I don't care that you can type or your grammar is good. I do care about that, but not in this class. In this class, we used Word to play with the equation writer. So I might have you demonstrate that by reproducing an equation, right? And in here, we actually made the equations work. We ran the equations. So you could have to do that. So just kind of remember what we emphasized in those softwares, and that potentially could be on the file. All right, I expect to see you all on Tuesday if I don't hear from you. So looking forward to that. Have a good weekend. Get everything done and submitted for all your classes today. Organize your finals so you know when they are and that there's no conflicts. Don't wait till next week. And let me know if there are any conflicts, and I can help you work your way through that. All right, take care.